xuddi lolaga o'xshab butun O'zbekistonni eng chet qishloqlarida aynan ITga o'z e'tiborini qaratgan yoshlarni topib, ularni qo'llab-quvvatlash. Assalomu alaykum, hurmatli davra qatnashchilari va IT Park Rewind 2022 yillik konferensiyasiga xush kelibsizlar. Aytgancha, bugun IT Park 3 ga to'ldi. Bu juda qisqa muddat, lekin mana shu muddatning ichida IT Park nafaqatgina butun O'zbekistonning IT ekosistemasini qamrab olib, balkim IT ta'limdan boshlab to IT bo'yicha nufuzli xalqaro tashkilotlar bilan nafaqatgina birga ishlash, balkim ularni O'zbekistonga olib kelish kabi muhim vazifalarni hal qilib kelmoqda. Va hozirda mana shunday maqsadimiz borki, butun O'zbekistonni yaqin kelajakda Markaziy Osiyo bo'yicha yagona mintaqaviy IT hubga aylantirish. Biz bu borada barcha IT xodimlariga omad tilab qolamiz va Xudo xolasa mana shu maqsadga ular tez erishadi degan umiddaman. Agarda qarsak chop qo'ysanglar, ularga zo'r stimul bo'ladi. Hurmatli mehmonlar, bugungi tadbirni men olib boraman. Ismim Otabek Mahkamov. Men nafaqat O'zbek Amerika video blogeri, balkim IT parkini xodimlaridan biriman. Endi bu yerda savol tug'ilyapti, qanday qilib bunday ikkita sohada bir vaqtda ishlash mumkin? Bu borada men hamisha mashhur ingliz maqolini eslayman. A clever calf sucks two mothers. Ya'ni aqli buzoq ikkita ona ne'mat. Agarda bugungi tadbirimiz zo'r chiqsa, demak sababchi man. Agarda unchalik yaxshi bo'lmasa, demak IT park xodimlari. Qadrli davra qatnashchilari, endi esa ushbu O'zbekiston IT hayoti uchun juda muhim bo'lgan tadbirni ochib berish uchun navbatni bir insonga bermoqchiman. Bu inson o'z vaqtida xalq ta'lim vaziri bo'lgan paytda juda katta o'zgarishlar qilgan edi, xususan ingliz tili sohasida. Aynan mana shu inson tufayli biz bildikki, ingliz tili degani bu nafaqatgina grammatikani zo'r o'rganib, hamma so'zlarni yoddan olish degani emas. Va aynan shu inson tufayli hozirda butun O'zbekistonda IT bo'yicha reformalar amalga oshmoqda. Hurmatli mehmonlar, hozirda sahnaga O'zbekiston Respublikasi axborot texnologiyalari va kommunikatsiyalarini rivojlantirish vaziri Sherzod Shermatovni taklif qilib qolamiz. Marhamat.
Assalomu alaykum. Hurmatli mehmonlar, bugun yakshanba bo'lishiga qaramasdan bizani tadbirimizga, bizani o'ziga xos bayramimizga xush kelibsizlar. Hammalarni ko'rishda xursandman. Chunki haqiqatda mana hozir jurnalistlarimiz ham qo'ymay bu yoqqa intervyu berasizlar deb olib ketishdi. Bir 5-6 yil oldin O'zbekistonda IT deydigan bo'lsak, ko'pchilik shu yerda o'tirganlar ham hayron bo'lib qarashi mumkin edi. O'zbekistonda IT bo'lishi mumkin bo'ldi. Mana ko'z tegmasin, o'sha davlatimiz rahbarining siyosiy irodalari tufayli juda katta ITga e'tibor bo'ldi. Hozir mana O'zbekistondagi IT sohasidagi imtiyozlar, sharoitlar yaratilgan davlat yaqin atrofda yo'q. Shuning orqasidan mana IT park tuzilib, IT parkni mana 3 yilligini ham nishonlayapmiz. IT park rezidentlarining soni ham 700 dan ortdi. Hech xayolga keltirib bo'lmaydigan son. Endi uning ichida eksportyorlari mana shu 6 oy ichida o'tgan umumiy soniga nisbatan 2 barobar ko'payib 200 tadan ortdi. Bu ham mana endi shuncha yil ishlagan nima deydi, harakatlarining natijasini berayotgani bo'ladi. Undan tashqari IT park rezidentlari bu kompaniyalar, birinchi IT kompaniya BPO bo'lgan bo'lsa, hozir mana ta'lim rezidentlari. mana Astrumda o'tiribmiz. Bu ham IT parki rezidenti, shuning uchun hammamiz shu yoqqa keldik. Bu ham mana bitta katta ta'lim bizning maskanimiz. Bundan tashqari yana 100 ta IT ta'lim maskanlarimiz bor. Bularning hammasini sanab chiqadigan bo'lsa vaqtimiz yetmaydi. Va har bir tumanda yana ta'lim olishga imkoniyat yaratildi. Bu ham prezidentimizning aynan IT sohasidagi inson kapitalining muhimligiga ko'rsatayotgan natijalar, e'tiborlarning natijasida bilsa bo'ladi. Yana bir narsani aytib o'tishimiz kerak. ITda biz xalqaro hamkorlikni yo'lga qo'yish bo'yicha keng ishlayapmiz. Bu yerda men alohida minnatdorchilik bildiraman bugungi mehmonlarimizga, mana Birlashgan Arab Amirligi vakillari kelib turishibdi. Bular bilan juda katta loyihalarni amalga oshirganmiz. Mana oddiy bir misol, 1 million dasturchi loyihasi. Bu loyihani o'zi arab davlatlaridagi hamma qatnashganlardan ham ko'ra, bundoq qarasa O'zbekistondan qatnashganlar soni ko'proq ham bo'lib chiqdi menimcha. Shuning uchun mehmonlarimiz ham o'zi hayron qolishdi, O'zbekistonda shunchalik IT ga qiziqish bor ekan. Bugun yana bitta shu loyihani nima deydi, g'oliblarini taqdirlash marosimi ham bo'ladi. Bu MGO Award, ya'ni shu IT bo'yicha mutaxassislarimizni o'ziga yarasha davlat xizmatlarini orasida o'zlarining startaplarni qilish. Bu loyihada ham juda ko'p yoshlarimizni qatnashib, shu g'oliblik darajasiga yetib kelishdi. Bu ham mana sohamizdagi yoshlarning IT ga bo'lgan qiziqishini bildiradi. Yana bir masala, mana bolalarimiz o'qiyapti, harakat qilishyapti. Hamma ham IT kompaniyaga ishga kirmaydi yoki hamma ham frilanser bo'lmaydi. Frilanserlarning soni ham mana hozir yarim yillikda 42 mingdan oshibdi. Bu ham katta bir natija. Keyingisi mana startaplar masalasi. Yoshlarimizni ko'proq startaplarga akseleratsiyaga olib kelish. Rahmat, o'zimizda anchagina akseleratsiya startaplarga qiziqadigan odamlar bor edi. Alohida mana yaqinda prezidentimizning topshiriqlariga ko'ra Amerika Qo'shma Shtatlariga borganimizda plug and play bilan uchrashgan edik. Plug and play bu bilasizlar dunyoda eng katta shu startaplarni akseleratsiya qiladigan kompaniyalar. Bu ham mana yaxshi xabar, mana plug and play vakillari o'tirishibdi. O'zbekistonda bularni bo'linmasi ochilib, ana endi bizning startaplarimiz ham xalqaro darajadagi akseleratsiya, xalqaro darajadagi o'sha venture capital firmalari bilan aloqa qilishga imkoniyati bo'ladi. Bular hammasi mana IT parkka 3 yilligiga bo'ladigan o'zgarishlarni qisqacha deb ochasiz. Men endi hamma gapni bu kirish so'zida aytadigan bo'lsam, unda hali ancha gapirishim kerak, unda Farhod prezentatsiyasini ham qilishimga to'g'ri kelib qoladi. Shuning uchun yana bir bor bayramlar bilan tabriklayman. Men asosiy aytmoqchi bo'lgan narsam, bu IT sohasi davlatimiz rahbari tomonidan eng ustuvor soha sifatida doim qarab kelingan va bu narsa uchun biz minnatdormiz va bu narsa doim qoladi, oldimizda turadi. Bu bugungi IT park rezidentlari, bugungi yoshlarimizga ham bir yaxshi xabar. Bundan buyog'i faqat oldinga harakat qilishimiz kerak. Biz ham mana vazirlik tomonidan bugun tadbirlarning yakunida ochiq suhbatlar bo'ladi. Shu suhbatlar davomida yana nima qilsak soha rivojlanadi, yana nima qilsak eksportimiz oshadi, yana nima qilsak ertaga bizani haqiqatda O'zbekiston IT bo'yicha mintaqaviy hubga, IT outsourcing hubga aylanadi degan g'oyalarni ham oldinga solmoqchimiz. Marhamat, u tadbirlarimizda ham ochiq gaplashinglar, ochiq suhbatlashinglar va birgalikda hamma takliflarni eshitishga tayyormiz va faqat birgalikdagina men o'ylaymanki, bunaqa katta maqsadga erisha olamiz. Rahmat, salomat bo'ling.
Sherzod Xatamovich juda ham natijalarga boy va informativ nutq uchun katta rahmat. Hozirda esa navbatni bir video rolikka bermoqchimiz. Bilasizlarmi, o'z vaqtida amerikalik tadbirkor Henry Ford shunday degandi. Sifatli ishlash degani bu hech kim qaramayotganda ham yaxshi ishlash. Hozirgi video orqali biz bilib olamiz, qanchalik IT park oxirgi 3 yil davomida sifatli va yaxshi ishlagan va qanaqa natijalarga ega bo'lgan. Qadrli mehmonlar, hozirda barchamiz o'z e'tiborlarimizni mana shu ekranlarga qaratamiz. Marhamat.
Uzbekistan is the heart of Central Asia, a country with a history stretching back centuries and great ancestors. Today, Uzbekistan is creating a new chapter in its history, the digitalization of all sectors of the economy. The locomotive is the Ministry for the Development of Information Technologies and Communications. The engine of this locomotive is a state-steel startup, IT Park Uzbekistan, established on July 24, 2019. Even though it was established not long ago, IT Park could cover the entire IT ecosystem. From IT education to international IT companies and offices abroad. IT Park is over 200 IT centers with more than 80,000 students educated in 10 areas. Over 100 education projects in IT. 1 million Uzbek. One of the major ones has already educated more than 1 million students. 14 BPO schools with 100% guarantee of employment. The first ever online higher educational establishment in Uzbekistan, IT Park University, was established jointly with IPAN, one of the largest IT companies in the world. Programs in IT education, a program providing up to 50% offset for the cost of international IT certificates. Grant program for IT educational centers. Over 700 contests, hackathons, and events with over 50,000 grant participants. Business incubators and accelerators. Over 700 startups. $11 million was invested into 118 of the startups. 34 incubation centers and implemented across universities in Uzbekistan. Over 700 residents with 107 being international IT companies. Tax and customs exemptions for IT entrepreneurship support. Over 9,000 new jobs. 14 branches available 24/7. 3 representative offices abroad. IT complex in Tashkent, comprising 17 high-rise buildings located on more than 6 hectares of area. However, the most valuable asset for IT Park is its team. The organization has about 600 employees and the average age of the specialists is 30 years old. IT Park has ambitious plans for the future to transform Uzbekistan into an IT hub of the Central Asian region. And today, we have all it takes to reach that goal. IT Park. Start local and go global.
Ushbu IT Parkning rahbari bilan biz bundan ko'p yil oldin tanishgan paytimizda bir narsaga e'tiborimni qaratgan edim. Loyihamizning kichik detallariga kimdir e'tibor bermasa, ular hamisha aytardilar. Bunday kichik detallar loyihaning eng asosiy qismiga aylanib qolishi mumkin. Shuning uchun ham butun loyihaga har bir detaliga e'tibor bergan holda biz sifatli ishlashimiz kerak. Qadrli mehmonlar, hozirda navbatni IT Park Uzbekistan direktori Farhod Zairovich Ibragimovga beramiz. Marhamat.
Assalomu alaykum. Assalomu alaykum hurmatli bugungi tadbir ishtirokchilari. Assalomu alaykum hurmatli mehmonlar. Hammani ko'rganimizdan bugun xursandmiz. Yakshanba kuni bo'lishidan qaramay, kun shunaqa issiq bo'lishidan qaramay, hamma bu yerda yig'ilgandan juda xursandmiz. O'zi bir yilda bir marta biz IT Parkka qilgan ishlari haqida gapirishni bir uyalmasdan gapirsak imkonimiz bor. Chunki ishimizga tanqidiy qaraymiz. Ishimizga har doim tanqidiy qaraymiz va yaqinda o'tgan haftaning oxirida yakshanba kuni o'tgan yakshanba eski shahar bozoriga borib qolgandim. Eski shahar bozorida, dehqon bozorida o'sha bozor qilayotgan vaqtda mana shu futbolka, shu finkada edim. Ishonasizmi? Shu 1 soat vaqt ichida savdo rastalarida savdo qilayotgan boshqa soha vakillari deylik, savdo soha vakillari deylik, kamida bir 5 ta insondan, ayol kishi bo'ladi, erkak kishi bo'ladi, 5 ta insondan savol eshitdim. Siz IT parkda ishlaysizmi? IT parkda savol, IT park o'zi nima qiladi? Ko'p eshitganmiz, nima qiladi? Yo IT parkda ishlaysizmi? Mana farzandim dasturchi bo'lmoqchi. Bilasizmi? Shu yo'nalish Sherzod Xotamish 2017-yilda esingizda bo'lsa, men hali kadastrda bir qisqa vaqt ishlagan paytimda shu fikr bo'lardiki, sohani rivojlantirish. O'sha payt men yosh bo'lishimga qaramasdan, hali meni o'qitim ham ko'p emas edi u paytlar, ko'p odamlar bilan tanish bo'lmagan, networkingim past bo'lgan. U paytda taklif qilganingizda bir vizov sifatida qabul qilganman. 2017-yil biz oktyabr oyida shu loyiha bilan boshlaganmiz. Vaqt o'tib, o'ziga yarasha bir planlar, natijalar bo'ladi. Vaqt o'tib shu loyiha 18-yil oxirigacha sal o'zgardi. Uchrezitelari, stockholderlari, понимание, виденияsi o'zgardi bu loyihani. Va bu loyihadan biz majbur bo'lib ketishga majbur bo'lganmiz. Mana shu holat haqida juda ko'p o'ylagandim o'zim vaqtimda, lekin yaxshi ham shu holat bo'lgan ekan. Bu holatdan so'ng ambitsiya, что biz bu narsani qilish imkoniga egamiz degan ambitsiya juda katta tug'ilgan. Nafaqat menda, butun jamoada. Mana shu ambitsiya 19-yilda, 18-yilda davlat rahbarimizni Indiyaga tashrif buyurganlaridan so'ng, Indiyada qilingan ishlarni ko'rgandan so'ng, O'zbekistonda biz ham shuni qilish imkoniga egamiz degan bir tushuncha bo'lgan. Undan so'ng shu loyihaga bizning Shod Mahmadjonovich u payt meni chaqirganlarida shu to'liq ambitsiya bilan kelganmiz shu loyihaga. Amalga oshirishga imkonimiz bo'ladi deb. Men bu insonga juda katta rahmat deb qo'ymoqchiman. Ishonganlari uchun. Bu loyihani boshlayotgan paytda Sherzod Xotamish, mana Oli Muhammadjonovich, butun jamoa bu loyihaga bir mushtdek kurashish imkoniga ega bo'lgan va bu loyihani qisqa muddatda 19-yilda boshlayotgan vaqtimizda kliker bormi? 19-yilda boshlayotgan vaqtimizda xayolimizga ham kelmaganki, o'sha oddiy inson, oddiy xalq bilan, yoshlar bilan emas, yoshi katta insonlar bilan muloqot qilayotganda IT parkka qiziqishi shunchalik katta bo'lib ketishini. Mana shu odamlarni fikrlashini o'zgartirish, odamlarni o'zini hayotida o'sha sotsial lestnitsada o'zini balkim joyini topolmagan, lekin o'zini farzandiga yaxshilik tilayotgan va shu sohaga dasturchi bo'lishga undalayotgan ota-onalarni fikrini o'zgartirishga mana shu qisqa 5 yil muddatda men o'ylaymanki, bu narsaga qadamma-qadam erishmoqdamiz. 19-yil boshlanayotgan vaqtda, shu loyiha boshlanayotgan vaqtda natijalarimiz endi birinchi qadamlar tashlamoqdamiz. Lekin har doim bilardikki, vohlimi kechmi biz $1 milliard eksportga, 100 mingdan kam bo'lmagan mutaxassislar shu bozorda, kam bo'lmagan mutaxassislarga ega bo'lishimizga biz amin bo'lganmiz. Shu vaqtda bilmoqdamizki, qadamma-qadam shu natijaga biz erishish imkoniga egamiz. Faqat bir holatda qachon davlat idoralari, o'sha prezidentimizdan boshlab hukumatimiz, o'sha prezident administratsiya, hukumatimiz, vazirlik idoralari o'sha birinchi qadam biznesga tashalganda, mana shu loyiha bizning fikrimizcha, mana shu IT park loyihasi biznes ham o'zini ikkinchi qadamini davlat tomoniga tashadi. Mana shu yerda shu kooperatsiya bo'lganligi sabab o'ylaymanki, shu imkoniyatlarga erishish bizda bo'ldi. Erishdik shu imkoniyatlar. Mana boshlang'ich 19-yilda bo'layotgan holatni ko'rsangiz bo'ladi. Shu natijalar bilan ishni boshlaganmiz, lekin bilardikki, imkoniyatlarimiz xudo xohlasa cheksiz, chunki inson kapitali O'zbekistonda cheksiz. Undan so'ng mana ta'limga juda katta e'tibor berish boshlandi 19-yildan, chunki 17-yilda faqat dasturchi korxonalar bilan ish olib borganmiz. Ta'limda bo'layotgan o'sha yetishmovchilik, mutaxassislar yetishmovchiligi. Mana hozir ko'pchiligimiz gapiramiz, juniorlar juda ko'p deymiz. Ha, juniorlar ko'p, lekin 17-yil juniorlar ko'p bo'lmagan. Bu hozirgi juniorlar ko'pligi 23-24-yilda o'zi natijasini o'sha middlelarning ko'pligi haqida gapirishni boshlaymiz. Seniorlarning ko'pligini haqida boshlaymiz. Lekin o'sha loyihalarning boshida turgan loyihalardan biri bu 1 million dasturchi loyihasi. Mana 19-yil tasavvur qilinglar, boshlaganimizda shu kabi natijalarga ega bo'lganmiz boshida. Bu uchun men alohida yana minnatdorchilikni o'sha Birlashgan Arab Amirligini hukumatiga, shu hozir kelgan delegatsiyasiga alohida minnatdorchilik bildirmoqchiman. Bu loyiha o'zining natijasini siz ko'rasizki, shu sohaga qiziqtirgan yoshlarning sonini ko'paytirganini, bu loyihani o'sha keyingi 3-4 yilda real natijasini ko'rsa bo'ladi. Bu qisqa 1 yillik yoki 2 yillik loyiha emas. Mana bu loyihaning natijasi bo'yicha hozirgi kunda o'zgarishlar ham juda talaygina. Endi boyaga e'tibor bergan bo'lsangiz, 19-yilda mavjud bo'lgan natijalarimiz. Mana bir kichkina solishtirma, hamma narsa solishtirmadan ko'rsa bo'ladi. E'tibor bersangiz, rezidentlar soni bu juda muhim. Lekin qanday rezidentlar? Bu rezidentlar nima ish qilyapti degan savolga javob berish bu undan ham muhim. Shuning uchun mana e'tibor bering, men eng katta yuragimizda har doim bizni og'riq qilayotgan bir narsa shunaqa bo'lardiki, hamma rezidentlar 95% rezidentlar o'sha paytda boshlagan vaqtimizda hammasi Toshkentda joylashgan bo'lgan. Bu biz uchun, bizning fikrimiz uchun bu juda katta muammo bo'lgan. Hozirgi kunga kelib ko'rishingiz mumkin. Kechirasiz. Hozirgi kunga kelib 100 dan ziyod kechirasiz, bosib yordimmi? Orqaga qanaqa o'tqizsa bo'lar ekan? Mana. Hozirgi kunga kelib biz ko'rmoqdamizki, 100 dan ziyod, 161 ta korxona viloyatlarda, 13 ta hududda. Bu ham juda past ko'rsatkich, lekin shunga qaramasdan o'sha birinchi qadam tashlandi. Chunki O'zbekistonni tanlagan o'sha axborot texnologiya rivojlanish strategiyasi boshqa qo'shni davlatlar bilan farqli o'laroq rivojlanish hududlariga qaratilgan. Teng rivojlanish hududlariga qaratilgan. Nafaqat poytaxtga, balki avvalambor hududlarga. Shuni natijasini ko'rmoqdamizki, 100 dan ziyod korxonalar tashkil topdi. Ularning ko'pchiligi yangi tashkil topgan korxonalar. Eksportni hajmini oshganligi. Mana davlatimiz rahbari shunaqa imkoniyat yaratib berdilar. Endi ularga ham o'sha ularga va o'sha hukumatga qilib berilgan imkoniyatlarga biz qadam tashlashimiz kerak. Mana shu qadamni rezidentlarimiz tashlamoqda. Bir misol tariqasida aytib o'tmoqchimiz. Mana Sherzod Xatamich boya aytib o'tdilar. 17-yil boshlaganimizda ofitsial eksport $600,000 ga teng bo'lgan. Tasavvur qiling, bor yo'q $600,000. Hamma konvert orqali ishlagan o'sha paytda. Birinchi fiskalniy organlarga shu haqida taklif bo'lganda, shu konvert tizimini yo'q qilib, ofitsial ishlashni, o'sha bank hisob raqami orqali ishlashni taklif berilganda juda ko'p korxonalar skeptik qaralgan boshida. Nafaqat korxonalar, davlat idoralari ham, korxonalar ham skeptik qaragan. Biz ishonardikki, vohlimi kechmi shu natija o'zgaradi. Chunki nafaqat O'zbekiston, boshqa shu qadam tashlagan davlatlarda ham shu kabi yo'l bosib o'tishgan. Mana hozir biz amin bo'lamizki, korxonalarni ko'pchiligi o'sha bizda bo'lgan korxonalarning hammasi ofitsial tarzda o'sha bank hisob raqami orqali oylikni berish imkoniga ega va shunga qaramasdan oyligimiz hali ham baland. Mana shu hisobda biz har doim gapiramiz, oylik baland bu yaxshi. Bir olib qarasa, oylik baland degani bu spros taklifdan balandroq deganida. Biz shuni ish olib bormoqdamizki, shu oylik bilan spros bilan предложениeni tenglashtirish bilan. O'shanda biz balans ola olamiz va chet el bozoriga xizmat ko'rsatishni ham sonini ko'paytirish imkoniga egamiz. Mana 200 dan ziyod eksport korxonalari. Tasavvur qilasizmi? Boshida boshlaganimizda bor yo'q 3 ta korxona bilan ish boshlangan. 200 dan ziyod korxonalar. Mana bitta natija boya $600,000 haqida gapirdim. Hozirgi kunga kelib iyunni yakuni bo'yicha biz boshida 48 million hisoblagandik, 51 million ekan shu hisobda. $51 million ga erishdik. Bu degani butun o'tgan yilning davomida, butun yil davomida erishgan 46 milliondan ham ko'proq yarim yil ichida. Mana bu natijalar, bu real natijalar. Bu natijalar har birimizni, ko'pchiligimizni bu yerda o'tirganimizni qilgan o'sha o'zini vkladi deb hisoblaymiz. Xudo xohlasa mana bu yillik оборот, rezidentlar оборот 4 trillion so'mga yetadi. bu уже shunaqa katta makina bo'lib aylanmoqdaki, bu makina bilan Xudo xohlasa yangi bo'layotgan biz tomonidan chiqadigan takliflarni qabul qiladigan o'sha hukumat tomonidan, prezident administratsiya tomonidan, boshqa vazirlik idoralari tomonidan qabul qiladigan darajagacha o'sha yangi takliflarni hisoblashsa bo'lmaydigan bir katta makinaga aylanmoqda. Va bu eng bizning fikr bo'yicha eng muvaffaqiyatli loyihalardan biri deb o'ylaymiz. Mana bu yerda boya ta'lim yo'nalishi bo'yicha ham gapirib o'tdim. 1 million dasturchi loyihasi bo'yicha ko'rishingiz mumkin 2,5 milliondan ziyod yoshlarimiz ro'yxatdan o'tgan. O'sha 2,5 million yoshlarimizning mayli 1 millioni real qiziqadigan bo'lsa bu yo'nalishga, shu 1 milliondan 100 mingtasi shu yo'nalishni tanladim, shu yo'nalish bo'yicha ishim olib boraman desa ham, bu juda katta yutuq. Bu juda katta yutuq va biz o'ylaymizki, bu yutuqning natijalarini mana bu yerda korxona rahbarlari o'tirishdi, korxona rahbarlari ko'rishadi. Endi biz tanlayotgan yo'limiz hozir outsource yo'nalishi bo'yicha avvalambor butun respublikani qamrab olib, outsource yo'nalishini rivojlantirish birinchi qadam va undan so'ng shu bilan bir vaqtda o'zida kechirasiz. Endi produkt yo'nalishi bo'yicha loyihalarni ham rivojlantirishimiz kerak. Shuning uchun biz yoshlarimiz uchun yangi imkoniyatlar, sharoitlar yaratib berildi. Boya video rolikda ko'rdingiz. Yangi inkubatsion markazlar, juda ko'p tadbirlar o'tkazmoqda yoshlarni shu sohaga jalb qilish uchun. Mana qisqa qilib aytganda, bu yerda bugun MGV World katta tanlovni yakuni bo'ladi va 3 ta jamoa taqdirlanadi. Ulardan bittasi shu MGV World. Ko'p bu yerda bo'layotgan loyihalar, o'sha akseleratsiya dasturlarini IT park bilan birga bizning hamkorlarimiz bilan borishlaganmiz. Bu xohlaymizmi yo'qmi, qisqa muddatda emas, o'sha o'rta hol, uzoq hol muddatda o'zining natijalarini ko'rsatadi. Va startap yo'nalishi bo'yicha qilayotgan ishlarimiz mahallalarga to'xtalib o'taman. Buni alohida yo'nalish sifatida juda katta ahamiyat berilgan holatda rivojlanadi. Mana hozirgi kunda bor imkoniyatlar bo'yicha men qisqa bo'lishmoqchi edim. Hamma rezidentlar ham shuni bilmaydi. Hozirgi kunda davlatimiz rahbarining tashabbuslari bilan o'sha chet ellik sertifikat olish, o'sha Oracle, SAP deydimi, undan tashqari ko'p mavjud bo'lgan Google sertifikatlarini olish uchun bu ro'yxati berilib o'tilgan 126 ta sertifikat. O'sha o'tgandan so'ng davlat 50% cashbackini qaytaradi. Shu to'langan mablag' uchun. Shuning uchun ta'lim korxonalariga, o'sha rezidentlarimizga men shuni ta'kidlab o'tmoqchimanki, xodimlarni o'sha saviyasini oshirish uchun shu kabi sertifikatlarga o'qitishni jadallashtiraylik. Davlat shu haqda imkoniyat bermoqda. Bu yediniy imkoniyat shundaki, imkoniyat byudjetdan berilmoqda imkoniyat. Bu imkoniyatni berilganda o'sha birinchi qadam tashlanganda endi feedbackini kutmoqdamiz. Shu feedback bo'yicha rezidentlarimiz, o'sha ta'lim rezidentlarini shu yo'nalishda qiladigan ishlari bu jadallashtirish uchun biza chet ellik hamkorlarni ham jalb qilib, tanishtirib, ishni boshlash uchun qo'ldan kelguncha qo'llab-quvvatlaymiz bu bo'yicha. Ikkinchisi bu bizning faqat rezidentlar uchun ta'lim grantlari. Ta'lim grantlari mana bu yerda IT-akademiyasida shu grant bilan foydalanish imkoniga ega bo'ldi. Ta'lim grantlari, grantlar sudi deb aytamiz. Bu grantlarni o'zining xodimlarini saviyasini oshirish uchun, o'zining yangi xodimlarni ishga jalb qilish uchun, ta'limga yetkazilayotgan hamma xarajatlarni IT parki sudasi orqali qoplasa bo'ladi va uni 3 yildan so'ng juda kichkina foiz, 10% mablag'da qaytarsa bo'ladi. Banklarda bu kabi imkoniyat yo'q. Bu qayerdan kelib chiqdi? Juda ko'p takliflar bo'ldi. Juda ko'p takliflar bo'ldi va o'tgan gal mana IT-akademiyasining rahbarlari o'sha davlat rahbarimizga tadbirkorlar kunida bergan, Odilbek akani bergan takliflaridan so'ng bu narsa kelib chiqdi va bu faqat bir korxona uchun emas, bu hamma rezidentlar uchun to'g'ri keladigan. Hali bizda ta'lim sessiyasi bo'ladi, ta'lim sessiyasida shuni muhokama qilib gaplashsak bo'ladi. Undan tashqari mana xabaringlar bor, IT market loyihasi bor. IT market loyihasi bo'yicha hozir hamma rezidentlarning arizalarini, biznes planlarini shu IT marketda ro'yxatdan o'tgan holda amalga oshirmoqdamiz va bu loyihada hozir bizda 1600 dan ziyod rezyumelar mavjud. Talabalar orasida, shu o'quv kurslarini tugatgan yigit-qizlarimiz orasida juda ko'pchiligini qiziqishi mavjud, chunki biladiki, aksariyat rezidentlar shu platforma bilan foydalangan holda yangi xodimlarni o'ziga jalb qilishmoqda. Mana hozir biz ko'rmoqdamizki, 1000 dan ziyod yoshlarimiz platforma orqali ish topishgan. Kompaniyalarimizni portfoliolar. Hozir buni biz boshqa tillarga ham tarjima qilmoqdamiz va bu kompaniyalarga mana hozir bu yil oxirida qilayotgan ishlarimizni, o'sha eksport uchun qilayotgan ishlarimizni shu asosiy platformada chet el investorlari bu yer platforma orqali korxonalar o'ziga tanlab olishga imkoniga ega bo'lishadi. Bu platformani mana hozir yangilashida bizada birinchi harakat bo'ldi. Esingizda bizani vazirlik idorada xodimlari bilishadi. Biz shu platformada o'sha davlat xaridlarini, axborot texnologiyasi sohasida davlat xaridlarini qo'shmoqchi edik. Afsuski, birinchi qadamda bu narsani qilish imkoni bo'lmadi biz xohlagandek, lekin biz o'ylaymizki, yana bir bor harakat qilishni boshlaymiz va uzoq bilan 24-yillarda shu haqda gapirib, faqat hamma axborot texnologiya sohasida, непосредственно o'sha dasturiy mahsulot sohasida bo'layotgan xizmat ko'rsatishlar shu platforma orqali amalga oshiriladi. Bu hozirgi mavjud bo'lgan imkoniyatlar, agar hamma eshitmagan bo'lsa va boya men aytib o'tdim, bizda o'sha yoshlarimiz, o'sha ayollarni qo'llab-quvvatlash yo'nalishi bo'yicha ancha ish olib borilmoqda va bitta loyihamiz bor, Tumaristek. 2019-yil oxirida bu loyihani boshlaganmiz va bu loyihani erishgan natijalari dunyo bo'yicha o'sha ITU degan tashkilot bor, bu International Telecommunication Union. Bu OON tashkiloti, bu tashkilotni otsenkasi bo'yicha dunyo bo'yicha qilingan shu ayollarni qo'llab-quvvatlash loyihalari bo'yicha bizning loyiha O'zbekistonlik loyiha birinchi o'ringa ega bo'ldi. Bu loyihada juda ko'p ayol qizlarimiz ishtirok etishdi va shu erishilgan natijaga asosan mana hozir OBSN vakillari ham bo'ldi. Butun O'rta Osiyo hududida bu loyiha amalga oshiriladi. Head ofisi O'zbekistonda joylashgan bo'ladi. Mana shuni vaqti keldiki, O'zbekistonda o'sha yirik korxonalar, yirik loyihalarni head ofisi ochilish vaqti keldi. Buning uchun asosiy qilingan ishlarimiz shu yoshlarimizni darajasini, o'sha saviyasini oshirish bilan bog'liq bo'lgan ishlarida bu asosiy deb hisoblaymiz. Mana ulardan bittasini o'sha hamjamiyat tan olganligini tasdiq sifatida qabul qilishimiz mumkin. Mana xabaringlar bor, yil boshida mana bu loyiha bo'yicha men alohida ta'kidlab o'tmoqchi edim. Biz 19-yildan hozirgi kungacha, 21-yil yakuni bo'yicha qilgan hamma ishlarimiz shu chet el bozoridagi yirik korxonalarni O'zbekistonga jalb qilish. Shu 3 yil ichida agar biz 19-yilda shu korxonalarni chaqirganimizda, kelinglar, shu O'zbekiston bozoridagi yoshlar bilan foydalanib, shu outsource xizmatini yoki loyihalar ustida ishlash xizmatini qilganimizda, u payt juda voqli bo'lardi, ko'p korxonalar aylanib ketib qolish imkoniga ega bo'lishadi. Hozirgi kunda tayyorlangan, hozirgi kunda shu amalga oshirilgan ishlarning natijasida 21-yil yakunida Sherzod hamchi esingizda bo'lsa, davlat rahbarining IT park tashrif buyurgandan so'ng shu 22-yildan O'zbekistonga xush kelibsiz, O'zbekistonga o'sha yangi loyiha sifatida ko'rsatish vaqti keldi deb boshlagandik. Mana 22-yil boshidan boshlagan tashrash loyihasi, u orqali bizda hozir O'zbekistonga 6000 dan ziyod yangi mutaxassislar kirib keldi chet eldan, 6000 dan ziyod, har xil davlatlardan. Bu o'sha o'z vaqtida qilingan bir ishlarning natijasi deb bilamiz va ko'rishingiz mumkin, respublikada 200 dan ziyod korxonalar tashkil topdi. Bu qisqa muddatda va tez sifatli qilingan ish natijasi deb bilamiz. Undan tashqari mana shu kelayotgan mutaxassislar, korxonalar uchun atilab one stop shop xizmati tuzildiki, ular faqat zaявканы topshirgani o'zi qoladi IT parkka, korxonani ochish, hamma organlarda registratsiya qilish, IT park registratsiyasi, xodim topib berish, o'sha rekruting xizmatlari har bittasi shu korxonalarga taklif qilinmoqda va mana buni bilishimiz mumkinki, 60 dan ziyod korxona 4 oy ichida 60 dan ziyod yangi chet el investor bilan mavjud bo'lgan korxonalar tashkil topdi. Bu juda katta natija. Bu natijaning tagida juda ko'p ishlar turmoqda. Lekin shuni ko'rmoqdamizki, bu tendensiya kundan kunga yana oshib bormoqda. Bu degani mana iyun oyida to'xtab qoldi degani emas, iyul oyida yana oshmoqda. Avgustda xudo xohlasa yana oshadi. Chunki O'zbekistonda hozir chet ellik yirik korxonalarga ko'rsatishadigan, beradigan narsa o'zi ancha bor. Mana bu bir tasdiqi deb hisoblasa bo'ladi. Ikkinchi muhim yo'nalish bu virtual ofis. Mana bilasizlar, pandemiya vaqtidan so'ng yirik korxonalar hammasi home ofisga o'tib ketdi. Home ofisga o'tgandan keyin asosiy ofis bor. Asosiy ofisda o'sha maintenance kostlari bor, o'sha to'laydigan kommunal uslugalari bor, ko'p xarajatlari bor. Arendada bo'lsa, arenda xarajatlari kamaygan bo'lsa ham. Mana shunaqa imkoniyat yaratildiki, chet el tajribasini o'rgangan holatda, ko'p prezidentlardan shu kabi takliflarni olgan holatda virtual ofis ochish imkoniga ega bo'ldikki, bu ofisning asosiy maqsadi shunda. Agar siz uydan ishlayotgan bo'lsangiz, IT park o'zida virtual ofisni arendaga olgan holatda siz ishingizni uydan davom ettirishingiz mumkin. Chunki soliq qo'mitasi bo'yicha o'sha tuzilgan minimal 18 kvadrat arendaga olish imkoni, siz shu kabi majburiyatga ega bo'lmaysiz. Siz uyda o'tirgan holatda ishingizni davom ettirasiz va faqat axborot texnologiyasi yo'nalishi bo'yicha faqat IT park rezidentlariga virtual ofis ochilish imkoniga ega bo'lishdi. Keyingi ta'kidlash kerak bo'lgan narsa bu IT viza masalasi. IT vizani biz o'sha boya aytib o'tgandek, yillar oxiridan shuni initiatsiyasi ustida ish olib borganmiz va qisqa muddatda o'sha martda yakuni bo'yicha biz IT vizani уже reglamentini, ruxsatini desa bo'ladi, o'sha prezidentimizdan, hukumatimizdan degan ruxsati bo'yicha ishni уже boshladik. Hozir bu viza bo'yicha yangi imkoniyatlar yaratilmoqda. O'sha chet eldan kelayotgan mutaxassislarga o'sha uy sotib olish imkoni, o'sha narxiga qaramagan holatda ijtimoiy o'sha O'zbekiston fuqarosiga ega bo'lgan ijtimoiy imkoniyatlarni shu fuqarolarga ham taqdim qilish imkoni, o'z vaqtida shu registratsiya o'tish masalasi, shu 3 yilga uzaytirish masalasi. Bir gap bilan aytganda, hamma byurokratiyadan kechgan holatda shu yuqori saviyali mutaxassislarni biz bizning mutaxassislarga tenglashtirgan holatda. Endi bitta men masalani aytib o'tmoqchiman. Bu yerda o'ziga yarasha bir kritik fikrlar bo'lgan. Shu ishni boshlaganimizda asosiy maqsad shunda. Bizda O'zbekistonda hozir har doim ham, mana ko'pchilik biladi, senior mutaxassislar har doim ham yetishmaydi. Biznes analitiklar har doim ham yetishmaydi. Mana shu imkoniyat bilan foydalanib, o'sha chet eldan kelayotgan mutaxassislarni foydalangan holda, shu ta'lim rezidentlarimiz ular bilan foydalangan holda ko'proq yangi mutaxassislarni o'zimiz uchun kashf qilsak, qila olsak, shu muddatda, ular bu yerda yashayotgan muddatda biz rivojlanishimizni undan ham tezlashtira olamiz. Busiz ham bu ishni qila olamiz. Men ko'zim hammamiz ko'zimiz yetadi, lekin shu mutaxassislardan foydalangan holatda biz o'zini natijasiga tezroq erishish imkoniga ega bo'lamiz va shu IT viza loyihasi shunga yordam beradi degan niyatdamiz. Undan tashqari kichik deb bo'lmaydi. Undan tashqari yangi bo'layotgan imkoniyatlar bo'yicha qisqa aytib o'taman. Mana hozir chet ellik investorlar uchun, chet ellik o'sha korxonani uchreditelari uchun dividend olish imkoniyati 10% dan 5% ga kamaydi. Bu faqat IT park rezidentlari uchun qilinayotgan imkoniyat. Undan tashqari chet el mutaxassislari uchun, O'zbekistonda ishlayotgan mutaxassislar uchun o'zini chet eldan jalb qilgan valyutasi hisobidan oylikni valyutada berish imkoniga ega bo'ldi. Bu kabi imkoniyatlar oldin bo'lmasdi. Undan tashqari mana biz royalty deymiz, o'sha eksportni qo'llab-quvvatlash maqsadida $20 million, yiliga $20 million ko'p eksport qilayotgan korxonalarga o'sha royalty IT parkka to'lanadigan 1% badalni sifrasini 0.5% ga tushirmoqdamiz, chunki eksportni rivojlanish imkoniga berishi. Chet ellik mutaxassislarni ishga jalb qilayotgan vaqtda shu ishdan registratsiyasidan xolis qilgan holatda bu ishni byurokratiyani kamaytirgan holatda ish olib borsa bo'ladi va muhim bitta narsa bu ham eksport rivojlanishi uchun, eksport kontraktlarini rivojlantirish uchun ularni boshqa ro'yxatdan o'tkazish imkoniga kerak emasligi. Shu bizning eksportyor 200 ta korxonadan ko'p korxona haqida gap ketmoqda. Mana qisqa katta bizani loyihamiz bor. Bu loyiha bo'yicha o'tgan yili agar kim ishtirok etgan bo'lsa, IT parkka tug'ilgan kunida 24-iyul kuni biz IPAM Systems, o'sha IPAM Systems rahbarlari ana Dobkin kechirasiz, Dobkin janoblari bilan kelishilgan loyihamiz bor. Shu loyihamiz o'sha IT Park universiteti bo'lgan. Bu loyihani amalga oshirish uchun IPAM mutaxassislari, yuqori kvalifikatsiyali mutaxassislari, Amerika Qo'shma Shtatlaridan, Massachusets universitetidan bo'lgan professor o'qituvchilarni yangi loyihaga jalb qilgan holatda ishni birinchi qadam boshlaganmiz. Mana iyun oyida bu loyiha bo'yicha o'sha start berildi. Xudo xohlasa, biz o'ylaymizki, o'sha virtual universitet, o'sha onlayn tarzda bo'layotgan darsliklar bo'yicha har bir viloyatda, har bir uzoq markazda, tumanda amalga oshirilayotgan yoshlarimiz, shu sohada ishlayotgan yoshlarimiz, ular Toshkentga yo boshqa bir viloyat markaziga emas, o'zini tumanida o'qish va ishlash imkoniga ega bo'lishadi. Biz o'ylaymizki, rezidentlarimiz ham bu loyihalarni, shu kabi loyihalar, mana PDP universitet loyihasi ham mana ochildi. Undan keyin o'sha start berildi, o'quv yiliga tayyorgarlik olib. Shu kabi loyihalar bilan ko'proq foydalanish. Mana bizning o'sha akademiyalar bor, IT-akademiya, 1 yillik akademiyalar. Ko'proq mutaxassis tayyorlashga ahamiyat berishimizni biz shuni tavsiya qilar edik. Mana bu hamma aytib o'tgan loyihalar bu 21-yilning ikkinchi yarmidan va 22-yilning birinchi yarmigacha qilingan loyihalar. Bu loyihalar ustida avvalambor o'sha rezidentlarni qo'llab-quvvatlash uchun qilingan loyihalar va o'ylaymanki, agar shu rezidentlar loyihadan foydalanish imkoniga ega bo'lishsa, biz davlatimiz rahbari oldida, hukumatimiz oldida o'sha qo'yilgan marralarga erishish imkoniga ega bo'lamiz. Tezroq erishishga imkonimiz bo'ladi. Qisqa qilib, men juda qisqa endi aytib o'taman, har yili qiladigan ishlarimiz, 1 yildan keyin qiladigan ishlarimiz haqida gapirib o'taman. Qisqa qilib buni aytib o'tmoqchiman. Mana bizda hozir bitta muammo bor. Bu rezidentlikka ko'proq tegishli eksport qiladigan rezidentlarimizni, eksport emas, hamma import qiladigan rezidentlarimiz uchun ham NDS. Hozir import, NDS na import. Shu masala ham mana hozir o'ylantirmoqda. To'lanadigan badal masalasi bo'yicha biz shu taklif bilan chiqmoqdamizki, agar eksport uchun qilinayotgan import bo'lsa, import qilayotgan importingizni keyin eksportga olib keladigan bo'lsa, shu korxonalarga biz hali o'sha Moliya vazirligi bilan, hukumat bilan, o'sha prezident administratsiyasi bilan shu masalani biz muhokama qilamiz. Agar shu import eksportga ko'paytirishga olib keladigan bo'lsa va yangi ish o'rinlarini yaratadigan bo'lsa. Undan tashqari juda ko'p takliflar o'sha ta'lim yo'nalishi bo'yicha agar biz eksport mutaxassislarini tayyorlaydigan bo'lsak, ingliz tili bu juda muhim yo'nalish. Ingliz tilida mutaxassislarni tayyorlash, ingliz tilida IT English yo'nalishini rivojlantirish. Mana hozir bu masalani ham biz ko'tarmoqdamiz, что ta'lim rezidentlari bo'ladi, ingliz tili darsliklarini qo'shish uchun, chunki faqat dasturlash yo'nalishi bilan, lekin chet el tillarini bilmagan mutaxassis bir ichki bozor mutaxassisi bo'lib qolishi bilan kifoyatlab qolishi mumkin. Shu sabab bu yo'nalish qo'shilishi. IT market boy aytib o'tganimdek, o'sha go'zakubkada ishtirok etish imkoniyati, bizning mutaxassislarga o'sha ipotekani taqdim qilish imkoniyati, bu haqda ham bizning keyingi yil davomida qilinadigan ishlarimiz va biz muhim bitta loyihani ishga tushirmoqchimiz. IT park rezidentlari va ularning xodimlari uchun karta loyalnosti ishlab topib, skidочный sistema qilmoqchimiz. O'sha butun bozorda olayotgan o'sha xizmatlar va tovarlar bo'yicha skidочный sistema qilmoqchimiz. Men o'ylaymanki, o'sha oktyabr oyida imkonimiz bo'ladi bu loyihani o'sha birinchi startini berish. Chet elda xizmatlarini, chet ellik korxonalarni O'zbekistonga jalb qilish uchun qilinadigan ishlarimizdan biri bu, kecha biz rezidentlar bilan ko'rishganimizda bank xizmati bo'yicha relokantlarda hali ham muammo mavjudligini ko'rdik va u bo'yicha biz mavjud bo'lgan o'sha tizimni yangilashni, tizim deganda men положениyaning haqida gapiryapman, shu IT viza yo'nalishi bo'yicha o'shani yangilashni va yangi imkoniyatlar yaratish ustida ish olib boramiz va undan keyin mana bu yerda plug and play представительlar hozir bu yerda joylashgan. Mana ular bilan birga o'sha startap industriyani O'zbekistonda rivojlantirish uchun shu Amerika Qo'shma Shtatlarida bo'layotgan ishlarni, shu O'zbekistonda ham shu kabi yoki o'sha Yevropa davlatlarida qo'yayotgan akseleratsiya tizimini o'sha sistemna asnovida qilinayotgan ishlarni O'zbekistonda ham joriy qilish imkoniga ega bo'lamiz va biz o'ylayapmizki, yaqin kunlarda o'sha korxona O'zbekistonda ro'yxatdan o'tdi va hozir o'sha IT park binolarida joylashgan bo'ladi, shu 2-3 qavatida. Mana shu loyihalar ustida Aloqa banki, Aloqa Ventures korxonasi bilan IT park va vazirlikning ko'magida bu loyiha amalga oshiriladi va yilda 2 akseleratsiya dasturi o'tkaziladi. O'sha dasturni imkoniyati chet ellik venturniy fondlar kelish imkoniga ega bo'lishadi va ularni moliyalashtirish, chet el bozoriga chiqish uchun shu akseleratsiya dasturi orqali chiqish imkonimiz bo'ladi. Infrastruktura loyihalari haqida gapiradigan bo'lsak, mana ko'pchiligingiz bilasizlar, BPO yo'nalishini haqida juda ko'p gapirmoqdamiz. BPO shu business process outsourcing, chet elga O'zbekistondan tashqariga ko'rsatilayotgan xizmatlar, biznes xizmatlar haqida gap. Biz hozir har bir viloyatda bittadan shu kabi markaz tuzish imkoniga ega bo'ldik. 13 ta tuzildi adashmasam, hali 2 ta viloyatda tuzilmagan. Shunga qaramasdan qisqa vaqtda yoshlarning qiziqishini ko'rmoqdamiz. Bu BPO yo'nalishi biz o'ylaymizki, bizning kelajagimizdan biri hisoblanadi, chunki biz rivojlanish deganda faqat Toshkent nazarda tutmaymiz, biz butun respublikani qamrab olishimiz kerak. U yerda hamma ham hali dasturchilik faoliyatini boshlamagan. Ingliz tiliga qiziqgan yoshlarimiz juda ko'p. Ulardan boshlab shu BPO orqali sekin astalik bilan shu IT ga ham qiziqtirishni ustida ish olib boramiz, lekin birinchi qadamlardan bu BPO bo'ladi. Hozir mana bilishingiz uchun eksportimizning aksariyati, o'sha 50 million haqida gapirdim, aksariyati BPO orqali kelmoqda. Biz o'ylaymiz, chunki BPO bu qisqa muddatli natijaga erishish mumkin, IT da esa bu o'rta va uzoq muddatli natijalar. Chunki dasturchini tayyorlash uchun, ularni middle urovniga olib chiqish uchun yoki seniorga olib chiqish uchun ancha vaqt talab qilinadi. Shu BPO orqali ishlashimiz, har bir boya aytgandek, har bir hududda, har bir tumanda bo'layotgan universitet masalasi, что bizning yoshlarimiz o'zini hududida joylashtirib, universitetda o'qish imkoniga ega bo'lishi. Bu yo'nalish endi biz 28-yildan keyin o'ylashimiz kerak. Hozir berilayotgan eksterritorial imkoniyatlarni o'ylashimiz mumkinki, balkim o'sha bir hududlarda rivojlanish sekin bo'layotgan hududlarda u yerda shu imkoniyatlarga ko'proq konsentratsiya qilish masalasi ham turmoqda. Endi bu bozor o'zi ko'rsatadi, qaysi hududlar ko'proq va qaysi hududlar kamroq rivojlanganiga qarab. IT park orqali o'sha katta ekosistema tuzish, yoniga o'sha universitetlar, ta'lim yo'nalishi bo'yicha o'sha ishlab chiqarish laboratoriyalari, hamma hududda IT park yonida tuzilayotgan yangi imkoniyatlarni o'sha klaster tizimi orqali biz rivojlanishni ko'rmoqdamiz, lekin bu uzoq muddatli natijalar sifatida ko'rmoqdamiz bu narsani. Mana muhim bitta yo'nalish, hozir ko'pchilik undan keyin outsourcing sessiyasi bo'ladi bizda, eksport qilish sessiyasi. Bizani eng katta qiynayotgan masala bu loyihalarimiz O'zbekiston ichida amalga oshirilmoqda, lekin chet el bozoriga loyihalar bo'ladimi, outsourcing bo'ladimi? Bu hali ishga yo'lga qo'yilmagan bir tizimdagi ish emas. Shu sabab biz yil yakuni bo'yicha, yakuniga qadar outsourcing markazini ochmoqdamiz. Bu outsourcing markazi bo'yicha 2 ta yo'nalish, BPO hamda IT yo'nalishi bo'yicha chet el bozori bilan, chet el hamkorlar bilan ulab berish imkoniga ega bo'lamiz. Chunki har bir korxona, mayli aytaylik bir 20 ta, 30 ta, 50 ta mutaxassisi bor korxona ham chet el bozoriga chiqishdan oldin uni nomi kerak. Unga bir status kerak, unga qilingan ishlar, chet el bozorida qilingan o'sha experience kerak. Mana shu experience biz IT park nomidan chiqamiz. Bir yirik korxona, o'sha 20 ming mutaxassisga ega bo'lgan yirik bir katta korxona nomidan chiqiladi va u yerda o'sha loyihalar, o'sha olinayotgan loyihalar korxonalar ichida bo'linib olish imkoniga ega bo'ladi va shu bo'yicha biz o'ylaymiz-ki, o'sha 1 yil, 2 yil ichida qilingan ishlar, shu 1 yil, 2 yildan so'ng shu korxonalar bu markaz orqali emas, o'zi chet el bozoriga, o'zi hamkorlar bilan muloqot qilishga imkoniga ega bo'lishadi. Bu BPO ga ham taalluqli. Tak. Mana bu haqda hozir aytdim, keyingisini o'tqizsangiz bo'ladi. Bu kechirasiz. Yo'q, bu boshqa narsa ekan. Natijalarimiz maqsadi shunaqaki, ichki bozorimiz, agar biz har doim o'ylaymiz, ichki bozorimiz o'ziga yarasha bir yaxshi deb o'ylaymiz, lekin boshqa rivojlangan davlatlarni biz misol qilib gapirganda, ichki bozorimiz shunchalik kichkinaligini biz anglashimiz mumkin. Shuning uchun bizda tayyorlanayotgan mutaxassislar sonini hisoblaganda, ko'pchiligini hisoblaganda, tashqi bozorga ishlash uchun mutaxassislarni tayyorlash. Chunki bu mutaxassislar ichki bozorda narx masalasi ham qo'llab, ularni har doim qoniqtirmasligi mumkin. Tashqi bozorda esa shu kabi loyihalarni amalga oshirish uchun yetarli loyihalar va mablag'lar mavjud. Shuning uchun maqsadimiz shundaki, 23-yakuniga kelib tashqi bozorda qilayotgan loyihalarimiz soni ichki bozordan ko'ra oshish haqida gapirishimiz mumkin. Boshida shu 10% bo'lgan bo'lsa tashqi bozor uchun, hozirgi kunga kelib 25% ga yetgan. Biz o'ylaymizki, 2 yildan uzog'i bilan 2 yildan so'ng 50% dan ziyod, shu 70% ga yaqin tashqi bozorga ishlaydigan loyihalar bilan mashg'ul bo'ladi asosiy IT park rezidentlari. Bu infrastruktura bo'yicha mana bizning общий takliflarimiz, qiladigan ishlar keyingi yilga, undan so'ng yana qiladigan ishlarimiz bo'yicha qisqa ma'lumot. Men bitta narsani ta'kidlab o'tmoqchiman. Bu hamma ishlarni qilish mumkinki, boya boshda aytib o'tganimdek, mana vet vlasti deyiladi. O'sha prezidentimizdan boshlab, o'sha IT park rezidentlarigacha bo'layotgan har bir qadamda bu loyihani qo'llab-quvvatlashni biz sezmoqdamiz, ko'rmoqdamiz. Har bir o'sha boya aytgandagi administratsiya bo'ladi, hukumatimiz bo'ladi, vazirlik idoralarini, faqat bizning vazirlik, hatto bizning vazirlik juda katta yordam bermoqda. Hamma vazirliklar qo'llab-quvvatlamoqda. Biz shuni ko'rmoqdamizki, rezidentlar ham shu narsani ko'rgan holatda o'zini ishini, imkoniyatlarini kattalashtirish imkoniga ega bo'lishmoqda. Shu imkoniyat bilan foydalanib, davlat tomonidan ochilgan eng katta startaplardan biri bo'lsa ham, mana shu IT davlat ham muvaffaqiyatga o'sha ochilayotgan yangi loyihalarda erishish mumkinligi bo'yicha asosiy bitta loyiha deb bilamiz bu narsani. Biz o'ylaymizki, shu qisqa muddatda erishilgan natijalar bu faqat birinchi qadam. Biz hali ham to'liq to'kis qoniqmaymiz bu natijalardan. Bu birinchi qadam va eng kelajakda o'sha qilinadigan ishlarimizni agar bir jamoa sifatida, bir oila sifatida amalga oshirish imkonimiz bo'lsa, O'zbekiston nafaqat O'rta Osiyo hududida, balkim dunyoda o'z o'rnini topadi albatta. Chunki axborot texnologiyalari bu bizning, nafaqat bizning, o'ylaymanki, butun bizning oilamiz fikri bo'yicha ham bu asosiy O'zbekistonning drayveri. Yoshlarimiz sonini inobatga olib, imkoniyatlarni inobatga olib, bu asosiy drayveri. Shu drayver bilan O'zbekistonning yangi miqyosga, yangi o'sha rivojlangan davlatlarni safiga qo'shish uchun o'ylaymizki, har birimiz shu ustida ish olib boradi va yaxshi yangi natijalarga erishib, mana shu ish ustida biz turganmiz degan bir fikr bo'lardi har birimizda bu yerda. Men juda ko'p gapirib o'rgan bo'lsam, uzr so'rayman. Yil davomida juda ko'p fikrlar yig'iladi. Bu balkim bir xil fikrlar hali men aytib o'tmagandirman, lekin bugun kun oxirigacha biz xudo xohlasa birga bo'lamiz, chunki hozirgi tadbirdan so'ng sessiyalar, panelli sessiyalar ham bo'ladi. U sessiyadan so'ng har xil o'yinlar bizni kutmoqda bu yerda va undan so'ng bir fursat ujinimiz ham bor. Hamma narsa sizlar uchun, hamma narsa rezident uchun, bizning asosiy targetni o'zida rezidentlarimiz uchun. Biz o'ylaymizki, sizlar bugungi kun bilan va IT park qilayotgan ish bilan qoniqib qolasizlar degan niyatdamiz. Katta rahmat hammaga. Rahmat.
Katta rahmat. O'z vaqtida eng davomiy ma'ruza rekord Guinness kitobiga kirgan bu Fidel Castroni New Yorkdagi Birlashgan Millatlar Tashkilotidagi ma'ruzasi edi. Menimcha ikkinchi o'rinda ham mazmun, ham davomiylik bo'yicha bu Farxon ekan. Qadrli mehmonlar, menimcha haqiqatan ham juda bir ajoyib va ma'lumotlarga boy prezentatsiya bo'ldi, chunki ayniqsa IT universiteti ochilishi va O'zbekiston yoshlarida bunday imkoniyatlar bo'lishi hamda IT vizalar barpo qilinishi va O'zbekiston yoshlarini ingliz tiliga qiziqtirish bu juda bir oliy maqsad. Hozirda esa agarda ruxsat bersanglar, biz yaqinda Kaliforniya shtatiga Silikon vodiysiga borganimizda mana shu kompaniyada biz mehmon bo'lgandik. Hozir esa ushbu kompaniyaning vakillari, ya'ni Plug and Play Germany kompaniyasining vakillari O'zbekistonda. Ruxsatinglar bilan ularni taklif qilaman va hozirda sahnaga Plug and Play Germany boshqaruvchi direktori Sasha Karimpur hamda Plug and Play Germany biznes rivojlantirish va korporativ hamkorlik bo'yicha menejeri Felix Lammerslarni taklif qilib qolamiz. Marhamat. Dear ladies and gentlemen, with a great honor, I'd like to invite here Sasha Karimpur, who is a Plug and Play Germany Managing Director, and also Felix Lammers, who are Plug and Play Germany Business Development and Corporate Partnerships Manager. Mr. Karimpur and Mr. Lammers, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Otto Beck. Salam alaikum. Dear Mr. Minister Shermatov, dear Mr. Farkot, dear Aloka Bank, Mr. Olamjov, thank you for inviting us here today, being a part of this great event. Thank you, Astrum, for hosting us here to this great location today. And happy birthday, IT Park. Thank you. It was only in February that we met IT Park and Mr. Farkot in Stuttgart. That was our first touch point. And it's incredible the speed in which we went to come here today and speaking here in front of you. We have been here with my colleague Felix Lammers, who will be joining me on the stage soon, for the past 4-5 days. And it's amazing to meet the people here in Uzbekistan, to have their support, their hospitality, and their kindness. We really, in the past 4 or 5 days, fell in love with the country, its people, the drive and ambition here, and also the food. Thank you so much. But really, what are we here for? I will tell you a little bit of the background of Plug and Play, but there's a few things which we are trying to accomplish here. And over the past few years, and from what we just saw, incredible things has happened to Uzbekistan, the educational system, the entrepreneurial ecosystem here, and a lot of startups developed in this ecosystem. I think we have about 100 very solid startups there, even more, which are in the coming. A few of them already are having like a almost unicorn status here, and this is what we are trying to support more in Uzbekistan. So again, we are a few topics. So we are trying to help the entrepreneurs and the startups to reach international market readiness, to bring them internationally to our landing pads, to have them scaling opportunities. Then on the other hand, we want to bring international startups also here to Uzbekistan to engage and collaborate with the leading businesses and ministries here in Uzbekistan to help with the transformation. And I'm going to give you a little bit background on how Plug and Play started. Yeah, and here's the clicker. So you have a little bit more of background. All right, we got this one. So Plug and Play, we are also almost like a startup. We are a 15-year-old company. We started in Silicon Valley We have a CEO and founder who's very special. He used to be an entrepreneur himself. He started his businesses with plastic distribution, with bottled water business, and also invested in real estate in LA as well as in Palo Alto and Silicon Valley. He rented his space in Silicon Valley to a few startups, which you see the names here, which kind of got successful. But they moved into his buildings when there were 3 people or 10 people. And they moved out when there were 50 people. And you know, what he did is he told the startups, okay, I rent you my space, but a lot of his business friends from his country club, they were also in the big investors in Silicon Valley, they said, you know, those are interesting companies, why don't we invest together in these companies? And Said said, okay. So these companies turned successful. Said said, hey, better than my classic plastic distribution business or water business or real estate business, I should focus a little bit on that because that's much more profitable than running the other businesses. So that kind of set the starting stage for plug and play, helping the startups out, not only investing in them and giving them money, but to actually help them going the next steps by connecting them with other big business leaders and investors to be able to scale. So we started in Silicon Valley about 15 years ago. We just had our 15th anniversary. Then we opened offices in Berlin and in Singapore, where we also invested in more startups and helped them in the very early stages to go to the next steps. Then about 6.5 years ago, we came to Stuttgart. And the reason was that in Silicon Valley, we started creating kind of verticals. So on industry-specific topics, like retail tech or insurtech or fintech or health tech, we started bringing corporates, biggest corporates worldwide together to look together on the hottest startups to be able to collaborate with them. And that was really interesting. One of the partners was Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz said, you know, we're seeing a lot of great startups in Silicon Valley and all over the world, but we have a problem to actually work with them. And it's not so easy if you bring startup and a big corporation together. And they said, if we bring Silicon Valley to Stuttgart, then it might be a little bit easier to work with these startups. So we said, okay, we come to Stuttgart, but Stuttgart is more like a startup desert. So we're not exactly sure if this is going to work, but since Mercedes is asking, we'll give it a hell of a try. And we went there 6.5 years ago. It was a big success. We're going to show you a little bit a little bit later. But in the past 6 years, we opened worldwide these locations based on the success we had in Stuttgart. And we are now in about, now we're excited to come in to Tashkent. You see there's a little bit, there used to be a little white spot here in the middle. And we hope this is going to be our leading initiative for Central Asia for plug and play. In the meanwhile, we have about 50,000 startups in our database. We are in over 40 locations worldwide. We are opening a location almost every month. And we are covering 90 industry-specific verticals. So what we are doing is we are running acceleration programs. We are helping big corporations to collaborate with startups, to do POCs with them fast, and to also implement these technologies and help them that way in their digital transformation. And we invest in startups. So about every year, we invest in over 200 startups. Last year, it was 260 startups. The year before, it was 230 startups. And we start at a kind of early stage, but we were one of the most active startup investors worldwide. These are some of the names of our unicorns you might recognize. We have about 1,000 startups in our portfolio. And we have about 35 unicorns today. These are some of the big names of corporates which we are working with, of about 600 corporations worldwide, about the same size. And these are the verticals which we are typically focusing on. But we are always adapting to the needs of our partners, which are local. So this program here in Tashkent or for Uzbekistan, we're still in the making. We are just starting out here. But Stuttgart, again, it has been a success case, and that's why, you know, me and my colleagues, Felix Lammers, are here today to replicate the success we have in Stuttgart. Over the past 6 years, we have helped over 300 startups in Stuttgart to collaborate with our now over 30 partners. These are the biggest names you see in automotive, so we are very automotive focused. Here it will be a little bit different. And we did over 400 POCs, so that means quick tests for about a few weeks or a few months. And then after the test, the focus is that these technologies goes into implementation. I'm sorry, I have a little bit dry mouth. But the success is that about a quarter of these startups actually go into implementation. And if you're in this business, this is a number which is unheard of today. All right, so now I'll ask to see a little movie. But again, before we show it, maybe the last words. So again, we are humbled to be here in Uzbekistan, to be together in this journey, have a little part in making this Uzbekistan a hub for Central Asia in the IT world and in the startup world. So thank you so much. And movie, please.
Such a great variety, ranging all the way from software, AI, databases, all the way to like super high tech.
Open innovation and cross collaboration is the key because the future is at the intersection of material, and this is a dialogue that's unbeatable. And I think for this startup Autobahn is a great initiative.
We know what we're doing, we know that by heart, but we don't really understand what's out there that we do not know yet.
Yeah, for us, open innovation is so important because it connects us with brains, great talents, latest technologies, and good ideas moving forward. And we are really keen to be partner here, and we will engage definitely in the future.
I truly believe in the value of startups that they can bring to us.
Driving new markets, shaping new markets, and shaping new opportunities together.
To help our 33 partners to facilitate the Startup Innovation Channel. We are looking for the best startups worldwide for the topics mobility, production, enterprise, and as well as sustainability, and finding the most efficient way and result-oriented way for the collaboration.
Perfect. First of all, thank you, Sasha, for the introduction of Plug and Play. Hi, also from my side. My name is Felix Lammers. I'm the Corporate Partnerships Manager for our Stuttgart Startup Autobahn initiative, as you just heard. I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you for the invitation. To be quite honest with you, when the IT Park team first approached us back in February, we didn't quite know what to expect. So we first had to do some research, you know, of Uzbekistan, of this beautiful country. But 5 months down the line, we're finally here. It's the first time for us here in Uzbekistan, but as Sasha said, we've been welcomed here with open hands. We've had an amazing 4 days already, full of meetings, and we got to experience the culture and, you know, the corporate landscape in your country. So very exciting. We're very amazed by the level of entrepreneurship, by the level of enthusiasm that the local people bring here to the table. So we want to be a part of it. We want to set up foot here in Tashkent, in Uzbekistan. So I'm very excited to announce our Plug and Play Uzbekistan office today. We want to be in this ecosystem. We want to help the local startups and the local corporations to thrive, to get them up to speed, and to implement them into the global market. So I'm very excited, first of all, to announce that we'll be building a local team here in Uzbekistan. We're already in the hiring process, and of course we want to also do it by collaborating with the strongest and the biggest organizations in Uzbekistan. So super excited to first of all announce our 3 first partners, our founding partners of Plug and Play Uzbekistan, which is, as you already heard, the IT Park, the Ministry of IT and Communication, and Aloka Ventures. So big round of applause for those first 3 founding partners. I think that's a very strong foundation of the Plug and Play Uzbekistan initiative, and we want to build on this foundation and attract more corporates, more startups to join us as we are going along this journey of getting them up to speed in the global market. So what are we trying to do with these corporations? First of all, we're trying to build an ecosystem of change makers in Uzbekistan, made up of the most promising, the strongest and the biggest corporations in the local market, but also the most promising startups, young tech companies and founders here in Uzbekistan. And of course, at the same time, we want to bring in the global perspective. We want to introduce them to our global network of mentors, our global network of universities that we're working with, and our global network of VCs and investors to really support the local ecosystem here. How are we going to do it? We have 2 main tasks that we defined for the Plug and Play Uzbekistan initiative. So on the one side, we want to support the local corporations and the biggest corporations here in Uzbekistan by supporting them along their innovation journeys, by helping them form their innovation strategy, and by connecting them with our 50,000 startups that we have in our portfolio and in our ecosystem to make the digital transformation and the digital mindset and also the cultural mindset change real within these corporations. On the other side, we want to tackle the local startups, the local young tech founders and the local entrepreneurs. We want to support them and we want to connect them with our 600 global corporations across 40 locations in order to provide international landing pads across the globe and to make their technology really grow, get them up to speed, and then give them a chance to implement their technologies globally. How are we going to achieve this? Well, we want to implement an all-in-one solution made up of 3 aspects. So on the one side, we have the startups, as I already mentioned, and the corporate partners, but also through our investments. Originally, Plug and Play being a VC, we also want to actively participate in this market through direct investments, through co-investments, at the same time as supporting our startups by building the best accelerator program here in Uzbekistan, bringing in our international expertise and our international experience and implementing it and adapting it to this market. So we want to have the startups participate in the accelerator program, we want to get them up to speed, and we want to introduce them to the global market across our 40 locations. At the same time, we want to understand better the local corporations here. We want to support them along their innovation strategies and innovation activities, and through matchmaking with the most promising startups, we also want to help them stay up to date with the youngest and latest technology. Through our cross-collaboration and peer-to-peer mentoring sessions and formats. We also want to connect the corporates here to other industry-leading corporations across our 40 locations to exchange on ideas, to stay up to date on the latest market trends, and to collaborate wherever is possible. So with that, I want to thank you again for your cooperation and for your trust. We're super excited to be here. We will also be here for the networking session. So if you have any questions, anyone wants to learn more about the initiative here in Uzbekistan, we will be super glad to exchange. And we will be having our official launch of Plug and Play Uzbekistan at the end of September. So you're all invited. We would love to see you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lamas, Mr. Karimpur. That was really interesting, exciting, and super informative presentation. Thank you very much for coming.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, in Uzbekistan we have a not just very famous and popular, but very important competition, more commonly known as MGov Award. And now, as Elvis Presley once said, now or never, right now, would like to show you a special video about this very extraordinary competition. Ladies and gentlemen, please look at the screen.
Mamlakatda raqamli iqtisodiyot va elektron hukumatning jadal rivojlanishiga hissa qo'shgan holda axborot texnologiyalari sohasida keng ko'lamli o'zgarishlar va islohotlar amalga oshirilmoqda.
الدول الناجحة هي القادرة على تحفيز عقول الشباب نحو مزيد من الإبداع والابتكار.
Our app increases the awareness about ecology among the citizens. The biggest problem in our way was to motivate people to try to create a clean environment. We are professionals from different IT spheres and we truly believe that we can impact. Still, we're facing this problem, but we have some really cool ideas how to trick people love the ecology.
MGO Award Challenge give me motivation for hard working on this project. We make education for blind children much more accessible. Of course, we had a lot of technical difficulties. We'll try it and we'll solve it.
Before creating this project, we didn't have a platform in Uzbekistan that automatically checks your solution. That's why we decided to create such system. Primary goal of our participation in MGO Award is to get more experience and solve the global IT solutions.
We have created a platform for young and soon-to-be mothers for finding reliable information and sharing knowledge. Well, healthcare is one of the most important aspects to society, especially when it's about young generation, and there's always room for improvement.
Nowadays, when IT is developing rapidly and mathematics are one of the most fundamental subjects, we created a new approach of learning it. With our approach, it's fun and easy to learn maths.
Problems of wasting food is lack of food sharing platforms, and has been in a situation where you had to throw away food due to different factors. For example, they are expired, and our application helps you to reduce your food wasting effectively.
We have created a spell checker keyboard specifically for Uzbek language. It targets all Uzbek-speaking people.
What's unique about our team is that we actually work as a team of friends on our project, and we share everything together. We have been participating on many hackathons, and we're friends from the university, and that's why working on the project was quite easy for us. The experience that we got through the journey is really priceless.
Dear gentlemen and gentle ladies, now I'd like to say a couple of words about these awards. It is the second edition of mGov Award, which is the competition for the best mobile government application among the students of Uzbekistan. Please join us today to acknowledge the most talented students in the race, solving nationwide challenges and benefiting the people of Uzbekistan with the help of innovative technologies. And now I'd like to invite here for opening speech His Excellency Mr. Шерзод Шерматов, the Minister for the Development and Informational Technologies and Communications of the Republic of Uzbekistan. Mr. Shermatov, the floor is yours.
I saw that my speech was over, but second time speech was the event. Anyway, I would like to once again welcome our guests from United Arab Emirates. It's been already not just the anniversary of IT Park, but also the anniversary of our cooperation between our two countries. And it's a good sign that these two projects, the 1 million Uzbek coders as well as the mGov Awards, are considered as one of the most successful projects which have been implemented during the cooperation between these two countries. And we really would like to express our gratitude for all the support for United Arab Emirates government as well as for all the organizers of this competition, because you have seen from the video all the statistics, because it is moving the drive among the IT students. Now we have opened our IT incubation centers of our IT park in almost all the universities, and it's being expanded. And those students who are participating in this kind of competitions, they feel the challenge, they feel the competition, and once they got this kind of important awards, this is driving them to move further, to achieve higher goals. And I think this was a really important competition, and I just want to wish further success for all the projects winners, all the finalists, and of course the winners. And I hope that the students from other universities would be inspired from today's winners to develop their startups, to move further. And here from the participants, you can see that IT startups is not just for IT students. IT startups is a kind of opportunity for IT as well as for non-IT universities. Here, even among the participants, you can see that those startups which were developed jointly by IT and other specialists like IT and linguistics, IT and medicine, IT and engineering, were the most successful, were the finalists. And this is also the sign of the importance of this kind of projects, which creates the synergies among the different types of specialists, among the different universities. And once again, I just want to thank you and wish you future success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shermatov. Even though that is your second speech for today, but it was very lovely like the first time. Thank you. Dear ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest for today. His Excellency Mohammed bin Talia, Chief of Government Services of the United Arab Emirates. You know, Mahatma Gandhi once said, "My life is my message," and our guest also have a very special message for us. Your Excellency Mohammed bin Talia, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, students and guests, I first would like to wish the IT Park a very happy birthday on the 3rd anniversary of this successful venture. And congratulations on your achievements so far, and good luck to the future of this IT Park. And it's a very nice coincidence that today marks the birthday of His Excellency Mr. Shaukat Mirziyoyev. Allow me the honor to wish him and the whole nation of Uzbekistan all the blessings and good health. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan for his support of this program and his support for the MGov award and also the 1 million Uzbek coders. And also I would like to thank His Excellency the Prime Minister, His Excellency Abdullah Aripov, and also the head of the administration of the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, His Excellency Mr. Sardar, for all their continuous support for driving this strategic partnership forward for the past 3 years and going forward. I'm honored to be here today to mark yet another impressive milestone under the strategic partnership between both United Arab Emirates and the Republic of Uzbekistan for the modernization partnership between both countries. A few weeks ago, we celebrated the 1 million Uzbek coders, a program with over 2.5 million people benefiting, which also surpassed the target of 1 million, which is surprisingly a very successful achievement. And today, we are here to celebrate the winners of the 2nd edition of the Uzbek MGov Award. And to celebrate this achievement of youth collaboration and co-creation to contribute to the journey of government modernization efforts to improve government services in Uzbekistan. The award has received more than 5,000 participations from more than 90 educational institutions, which is an exceptional participation level. This signifies the eagerness and dedication of the Uzbek youth to engage in developing better future for their communities and utilizing technology for good. In this successful experience, we got to know the Uzbek youth closer through their creative ideas that contributes to the quality of life and well-being of the Republic of Uzbekistan. The Uzbek MGov Award is a reflection of what the partnership continues to achieve through enhancing collaboration in government modernization and exchanging expertise and success stories to mutually benefiting both countries. Ladies and gentlemen, we are meeting today not only to honor the creative winners, but also to extend our sincere appreciation to all other participants who took part of the Uzbek MGov Award, and to tell them that this is only the start, and there is no limit for the creativity of mankind. I would also like to extend my gratitude and appreciation to all others who have contributed in any means to making this award a success, be it mentors, experts, officials, universities, schools, assessors and jury members, and other members also of the IT Park and other collaborators who supported this event. To all of those, I say thank you. And finally, I would like to thank the organizers from both countries who have worked diligently, sincerely, and in the spirit of one team to achieve the best to make this a success today. Congratulations to all the winners, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Mohammed bin Taylor. You know, talking about awards, that's lovely, but better when you give it to someone. That's why I'd like to invite you here again with our Minister. And we are moving to the awards part of this historic event. Would you please come to the stage? And now I'd like to announce about the first winner. So, just 3 places. So, the third place go to, so it's like Oscar goes to. Should I say now or a little bit later? Mr. Shermatov, what do you think? You sure? Okay. The third place goes to Lalo. Thank you and congratulations. So the second place goes to, I wanted to say to Mr. Otabek TV, but I have to say the truth. Eco Portal. And the last place, which is the first one. What do you think? Who is not just number one, who is also one of a kind? And now, I'd like to say about this place. The winner, who is number one, who is the best? Tahrirchi.
now the representatives of the first place. They have a fantastic opportunity to say something here. Here, the representatives of the first place, who is takже. Please come over here and give your speech. And all the greetings and words. And please, don't forget, it's not only чудес.
Thank you, everyone. I'd like to thank, we are honored to award it with the first place in such a competitive contest. First of all, I would like to thank my team. We've been working very hard during the development of our app, as well as the organizers of the MGO contest. I hope that in future there will be more competitions like that. It's very motivating for the youth. We think that takже is not a mobile keyboard. In future, we think that it can be more than just a keyboard. It will be an ecosystem for NLP solutions for Uzbek language. Because the Uzbek language is complex by nature, we had to create special solutions, and this is the first reason why we started this journey. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Yeah.
Qanday yaxshi. IT sohasidagi mana shunday katta konkurslarda ishtirok etayotgan g'oliblarimizga treynik va mishka emas, balkim 20 ming, 30 ming, 50 ming dollar berish. Xuddi o'zim o'sha 20 ming, 30 ming, 50 mingni qabul qilgandek xursand bo'lyapman. Qadrli mehmonlar, hozirda esa navbat IT Park mukofoti. Ya'ni mana shu mukofot bilan taqdirlash marosimini hozirning o'zida boshlaymiz va bu insonni hozir yana bir bor taklif qilamiz. Bular uchun bu bugungi 3-chi chiqishi bo'ladi, lekin ularni taklif qilishdan oldin men bir voqeani esladim. Ular bilan birgalikda yaqinda biz Kaliforniyada Apple kompaniyasiga borgan paytimizda Apple kompaniyasining vakili bilan muzokaralar jarayonida ular aytdilarki, O'zbekistonda ko'plab odamlarimiz aynan mana shu Apple kompaniyasidan foydalanib iPhone tutishadi. Shuning uchun tezroq Apple kompaniyasining rasmiy vakolatxonasini shu yerda ochish kerak O'zbekistonda. Lekin yaxshilab e'tibor bersam, bu insonning yonida Samsung telefon turibdi. Men aytdim, nimaga Samsung qo'yib qo'ydingiz? Ikkita apparatingiz. O'sha yerda Apple qo'yib qo'ysangiz bo'lardi iPhone desam, yo'q. Ularga men mana shu ma'lumotni yetkazib qo'ymoqchi bo'ldimki, agarda tezroq mana shu ofisni shu yerda ochishmasa, demak biz hammamiz Samsungga o'tib ketamiz. Hurmatli mehmonlar, navbat O'zbekiston Respublikasi axborot texnologiyalari va kommunikatsiyalarini rivojlantirish vaziri Sherzod Shermatovga. Hozirda esa ushbu IT Park mukofotini boshlaymiz va bu yerda juda ham kam nominatsiyalar bor, lekin eng munosib insonlar mana shu yutuqqa bugunning o'zida ega bo'ladi. Marhamat. The Best IT Employer of the Year nominatsiyasi bo'yicha g'olib EPAM Systems.
Kechirasizlarmi? Savol nimaga bu именно shu korxonaga berildi deganda prosta ma'lumot tariqasida aytmoqchimiz. Mana именно bu korxona haqida yangi mingdan ko'p yangi ish o'rni yaratdi. Mingdan ko'p mutaxassislarni ishga olib, ishini boshlab eksportga amalga oshirilmoqda. Shu sabab eng ko'p yangi ish o'rni yaratganlar aytasiz.
Когда мы разговаривали с руководством EPAM, вот в прошлом году у них было 300 сотрудников в Узбекистане в этом году 1000 и на следующий год 3000, да? То есть за 3 года 10 раз увеличение рабочих мест в Узбекистане. Поздравляю. Спасибо.
Ko'rib turganinglardek, bu yerda tanish-bilishchilik korrupsiya emas, balkim haqiqiy munosib g'oliblar. Va keyingi haqiqiy munosib g'olibimiz bu Top IT Exporter of the Year nominatsiyasi bo'yicha g'olib. Web Sale Distribution.
Web Sale Distribution IT parki birinchi rezidenti avgust oyida 19-yil registratsiya o'tgan. O'tgan yili 26 million dollar eksport qilgan. 26 million dollar O'zbekistonga pul olib kelgan korxona. Ko'pchilik bilmasligi mumkin, aytadi-ku, деньги любят тишину deydi-ku, shunga da. Mana 26 million dollar.
Деньги любят тишину deganda Farhod aka boshqa maqolni eslab ketdim. Все, что нельзя решить за деньги, можно решить за большие деньги. Keyingisi Outstanding IT Innovator nominatsiyasi bo'yicha g'olib Oski.
OBSE ofisi. OBSE ofisi bizning eng yorqin partnyorimiz, kechirasiz. Eng yorqin partnyorimiz juda ko'p qo'llab-quvvatlaydi bizning hamma loyihalarimizni. Rahmat.
Mana hozirda xuddi yaqinda bir vaziyat bo'lgandek, o'sha vaziyatga yaqin vaziyat bo'ldi. When I was king. Keyingi nominatsiyamiz The Best Contributor to IT Education. BDP IT-academie.
Endi ko'pchilik bilsa kerak nima uchun bo'layotganini. Katta ish qilindi. Odilbek nasamjalik jamoasi bilan juda katta ish qildilar bu yo'nalishni rivojlantirish bo'yicha. O'zlarining universitetlarini ham tashkil topdi. Bu juda katta muvaffaqiyatli katta ish. Rahmat Odilbek aka. Sog' bo'linglar, salomat bo'linglar.
Otabeylardan hech qachon shu kungacha yomon odam chiqmagan. Va eng oxirgi nominatsiyamiz Supporter of the IT Industry. Yuliya Yakovleva, Excel.
Yuliya juda katta hissa qo'shadi IT industriyaning rivojiga. Kadrlar masalasida ham, korxonaning eksportlari masalasida ham, kadrlar sohasidan chiqqan odam hozir eksport yo'nalishida juda katta ishlar qilmoqda. Tabriklaymiz Yuliya.
Поздравляем, Yuliya. Qadrli mehmonlar, shuning bilan ushbu tadbirning birinchi qismi tantanali tarzda tugaydi. Hozirda esa o'z vaqtida Vladimir Ilich Lenin aytganlaridek, iqtisodiyot hamisha siyosatdan ustun turadi. Shuning uchun ham hozir iqtisodiy masalani hal qilishga kofe breakka qarab yo'l olamiz. Bizda 30 daqiqa vaqtimiz bor. Keyin esa 3 ta zalda bizda panel diskussiyalar bo'ladi. Eng birinchisi shu yerning o'zida, mana shu konferension zalda AQSh va Yevropa mamlakatlariga eksport mavzusi bo'yicha muhokama bo'ladi. Ikkinchi qavatda esa inson kapitaliga hissa qo'shish bu kompaniya rivoji uchun kiritilgan investitsiya mavzusida muhokama bo'ladi va eng pastki qavatda O'zbekiston Respublikasida venture investitsiyalar, dolzarblik va huquqiy jihatlar mavzusida panel muhokamasi bo'lib o'tadi. Hurmatli mehmonlar, o'z vaqtida eng zo'r kinolardan biri One Flew Over Cuckoo's Nest, ya'ni Kakku qushi uyasi uzra parvoz kinosida bitta zo'r gap bo'lgan. At least I've tried. Ya'ni men hech bo'lmasam harakat qildim-ku. Biz ham harakat qildik bugungi tadbirni yaxshi darajada o'tkazishga. Bilmadim qanday biz sizlarga, lekin siz bizlarga juda ham yoqdinglar. Kelganingiz uchun rahmat.